everyone, it's Karen the Geordie Grandma. Hope everyone's doing well and looking forward to Christmas. I did a video a couple of weeks ago on 10 Christmas gift ideas for women over 50. And today I thought I'd do a similar video, but this time 10 Christmas gift ideas for men over 50. Again, they don't have to be over 50, but it is for men. I really find it difficult to buy Warren and my son Simon anything for Christmas. I never know what they want, and when you ask them what they want, they just say, oh, I don't mind, just buy us anything. So it's really difficult. I find it easier to buy for women. So I thought this year I would ask Warren what he wanted, and I said to him, will you write a list of 10 things that you might want for Christmas? First of all, to give us some ideas, and second, so I can do a video on it. So he thought about it for about a week, and then he wrote his 10 ideas and he gave them to us. So I've got the list of them here. I've embellished them a little bit to make it a bit more interesting for the video. But these are the things that he said he would like for Christmas. So the first one was an experience day. He got this kind of gift maybe 3 or 4 years ago off my daughter Nicola, or our daughter Nicola, and it was a helicopter ride, and he really enjoyed it. So I think that's why he's put the experience day down. So I did a little bit of research, and I found there was Virgin experience days and red letter days and things like that. So just the ones that I found on Virgin, there was a 60-minute golf lesson. He doesn't like golf, but somebody might. That was about £48. You could have a 3-course meal for 2 at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. There are 8 locations across the UK, and that was £46 for 2 people. So if it's for your husband, then you're gonna enjoy that as well. I also found an at-home wine tasting course for 2 people. You get 6 bottles of wine and the online tutorial, and that was £59.50 for 2 people. So I thought they were all quite interesting. There was also, if the man in your life is a little bit more adventurous, though, you could buy a dive with sharks at an aquarium voucher. Why not? I did look to see what was available in our local area. Instead of just going straight to, the big companies like Virgin and things. And I did find an archery experience for £30, which I thought actually he might quite like that. There was the helicopter sightseeing thing. You get 30 minutes for £139, but I would keep a look on Voucher for things like that, because you can get them cheaper. A day at the races, £39. There was a flight simulator experience for £110. Of course, all these things are a bit kind of up in the air at the moment, what with lockdowns and tiers and all that kind of stuff. So it may be that you buy the voucher for the person and they don't get to do it for another 6 months, but it's still a nice gift. And it is something that Warren obviously would like. So it's worth having a look around. So, don't just look at the big companies who are doing it, the Virgin and the Red Letter and that. Type in experience days near me and see what comes up. It might be, individual companies are offering similar things, and it might be nice to go down that route. The second thing he had on his list was a pizza making class. Now, and again, I think the reason he's wrote this down is because a few years ago, me and my daughter went on holiday together and left him at home. And while we were away, one of our friends does a pizza making class at a local restaurant. And he invited Warren along because he was having one for his birthday for his friends. So he invited Warren along, so they got to, learn how to make the dough and then make their own pizzas, and then they kind of had a little sit round eating the pizzas and drinking prosecco and beer and all that kind of thing, and he really enjoyed that night. And that is something you can get if you Google that, pizza making course near me. You're bound to find one locally to you. So that's a nice idea, and obviously if you buy it for your husband or your partner, both of you could get to enjoy that. There was also, I came across some, I typed it into Google again, and I came across some on the Red Letter Experience website. You know, you could get a sushi making course. So if he's not interested in pizzas, you know, there's any kind of cookery class thing that you could get. So there was a sushi making course for £79, which I actually think my son would quite like. He likes sushi. There was a chocolate making class that was for 2 people for £109. You could get an online vegan and plant-based cooking course, which was for £25. And again, an online course is a really good idea, especially at the moment. You know, you may not be able to get to them and you may have to wait a while. So if you've got them an online you know, a voucher for an online cookery course, that might be a really good idea as well. So yeah, he really liked the idea of a cookery course, or a 1-day cooking class, not like a long-term cookery course, but a 1-day cooking class for something that he was really interested in. Now, next on my list, he didn't actually put this down. He put he actually put a meal in a restaurant, which again I think is a bit, you know, up in the air at the moment. So what I thought he would like, Warren really likes curries. And he's always, you know, he never uses his own spices and things like that. He's always just going to the supermarket and he buys like the little kits and adds things to it. So I thought, what about like a curry gift basket? Again, it doesn't have to be curry, you know, if the man in your life likes something else, like Italian or Chinese or whatever it is that he likes, you could do the same thing and, you know, make alternative ingredients in it. But this one, I thought a curry related gift set. So I found I keep looking down because I've got my notes on my notepad here. I found a site called foodmarket.com, and they sell lots of different kits for different kinds of food, and I found a curry one. There was a curry lovers gift pack which has 6 kits in it, so it's got all the spices in there that you would need for that particular curry with the recipe to go with it. And I thought that was a really nice idea. That was £29. But if you wanted to give them a little bit something more than just the, you know, the spices, if you wanted to really bulk it out and make it a proper gift basket kind of thing, why not put in some serving dishes that go with that, you know, that cuisine? I mean, when you go for an Indian curry in a restaurant, you always get them in them nice little round kind of stainless steel bowls. So you could buy, you know, something like that. There's some really nice ones on the internet that I found. You could buy that to go with it. There was also something else along the same lines that I thought was really interesting, and it's the Indian Curry Club recipe kit subscription box, which I thought was a nice idea. And again, you get the recipes and you get all of the spices and everything in to make it, but you get it on a monthly basis. And this was a 3-month subscription you paid for £30, so they would get it every month for 3 months to make their own different curries. And I thought that was a nice idea as well. If I've got the links to any of these things, I'll put them in the description box below, so you can have a look at it if you want to. So that was the curry themed gift basket, which I thought was a good idea. The next thing he had on his list was, it was actually a computer game, and it is the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which I believe is the new Call of Duty game. I know nothing about computer games, and I know that game in particular is $49.99 from Asda at the moment. I'm not being paid to recommend any of this stuff. It's just stuff that I've researched on the internet and came across on, you know, on my own. So that's the Call of Duty. Obviously, you have to make sure if you're going to get them a computer game, you get it for the right, or a game console. That could be a bit, you know, a bit awkward if you've got an Xbox game and he's got PlayStation. So double check that he hasn't already got the game. I mean, there's any type of computer games you could get, you know, make sure he hasn't got the one that you're going to get him. But there's lots of different games out there you could get them, you know, retro games and all that kind of thing. You can tell I don't know much about computer games, but I thought if you don't just want to give him the you know, the computer game on its own. I came across another couple of things. These were both on Amazon. There was a chocolate controller, which I thought was a really quirky, fun idea. You know, you give them the, you know, the little box with the chocolate controller in. You can either keep it or you can eat it. And that was £6.27 for the chocolate controller. And I also came across some retro gaming socks. Apparently men love socks. Warren did say he's quite happy with socks for Christmas. But you know, if the man that you're buying for is really into his gaming, then what about some retro socks that have got, you know, retro game, what do you call them? Icons, emojis, pictures, retro game pictures on them. And I found some on Amazon, and they were £9.95. So that those two things might be interesting to put with the game if you wanted to buy something more than that. Of course, you don't have to buy the games new if you don't want to. You know, if he doesn't want the newest game that's out, you could go to somewhere like CEX and buy some, you know, reconditioned second-hand computer games and put a nice little bundle together that may be a bit cheaper. Next on the list was something we came across on Mr. Carrington's channel. If you don't know who Mr. Carrington is, I'll put a link to his channel below. He has some really great ideas. But Mr. Carrington mentioned this on his channel, and it is luxury scents for your car. And it's from a company called carfume.co.uk. And he really liked that idea. And I looked on their website, and they've got it's like just the ordinary, looks like a little black tube version that you can get, or you can get it in like a little, I don't know what you would call it, like a diamond shaped, I'll put a picture up so you can see what I'm talking about, or a little bear edition, you know, different coloured bears. And they've got 6 different scents, so you can choose from 6 different scents, and they've got different colours that you can choose from in each of the categories, and they range from, you know, $16.99 for the bear ones to $21.99 for the tube type. Or you can buy a gift set for £35 that's got 3 different colours and 3 different fragrances of kind of the diamond shape dangly ones. But that sounded like actually quite a nice gift. And I don't think they're too expensive, and it's just a little bit nicer than getting the, you know, the car smellies that you get from, you know, Home Bargains or wherever you would get them. It's just a little bit different, a little bit more thoughtful, and he liked it, so it's obviously a good idea. So that's the Carfume Luxury Carsense. The next one is, he'd written down rum. Warren is a huge rum fanatic, spiced rum. He absolutely loves spiced rum, and he started collecting all the different ones. Because when you collect rum, do you drink it? He says he's got to have a backup for each one. So he needs one of the bottles to keep on display and one to drink. I don't know about that. But I bought him one of these before, and we've bought it for other people as well. It's kind of a little rum gift basket type of thing. I like gift basket type of things. And it's got a bottle, this particular one had a bottle of Red Leg spiced rum, which he really liked. And it on the neck of the bottle, it was either on the neck or on the back, it had a recipe for a cocktail. Now I know he likes rum cocktails, so this one was a Red Leg spiced ginger mojito. So what I did was, we got the bottle of rum, we bought a nice glass jug to make the cocktail in. This particular cocktail had the Red Leg rum, obviously. It had agave nectar, some limes, some mint leaves and ginger beer. So I bought all of the ingredients to go with that. So the bottle of ginger beer, I actually bought a mint plant, some limes and the bottle of agave nectar, and put that all in a little, you know, gift set. I think it was for his birthday one year we did that, and he really liked that. So he put down rum, so I sort of embellished it and put gift set. But I think that's a really nice present to give somebody. I mean, you could think of that for any kind of drink. You know, if they drink vodka or they drink whiskey or something like that. I know people who drink whiskey are a bit fussy about just drinking it on its own, but you never know, they may like a whiskey cocktail. You could make up a cocktail set for any kind of drink, really. And even, you know, if you wanted to go a little bit further, There was a 2 or 3 years ago, my son bought him a glass to go with the rum, and it had his name engraved on it, and he was really chuffed with that. So you could always do that to go with the drink, a suitable glass to go with the drink that he likes. So that was rum that he had on his list. Next on his list was another car themed gift, which I was like, really, you really want that for Christmas? And it was a voucher for a full car valet. Is this a man thing that they want a car valet? I don't drive, so we only use Warren's car, our car, whatever. I don't drive, so would it really be something that I wanted? I was thinking, would I be happy if somebody bought me a voucher for a full house clean? Someone would come in and just clean the whole house for us, and actually I think I would quite like that. So I understood his thought process on the voucher for the full car valet. So I had a little bit of research on that, and you can get anything from a mini car valet, so I'm assuming they clean your windows and polish the interior and stuff like that. See, I don't know a lot about cleaning cars either. And you could go right up to like a prestige full car valet, where you get the full works. I think there's waxing involved and deodorizing and stuff like that. I'll put a link below to the one I found, but that's local to me, but you might find one local to you, obviously. And they ranged from about £15 up to about, anything up to like £180 for a full car valet, maybe even more, which is like a lot of money, but if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. So you could think about that, a voucher for a full car valet, who knows. The next thing he wrote down was a night in a hotel. Again, bit iffy at the moment, but you can always, a lot of them that I was looking at when I was Googling it had said fully refundable, which I suppose they have to be at the moment. But you can get any amount of, book a nice hotel, and just an ordinary hotel. But what about something a little bit different? And I came across a website called Quirky Accommodation, which looked really interesting. And obviously, if I bought it for Warren, I'd be going as well. So, there's method in my madness. And you can get things like, stay in a yurt. We stayed in a yurt a few years ago, and absolutely fantastic if you've never stayed in one before. Maybe it's a little bit cold at the moment, but, Easter onwards, that's a nice thing to do. You've got a big double bed in and a log fire and everything. I really like a yurt. There was also on this website, there was a tree house, which could be quite interesting. Some of them even have hot tubs with them, so that would be nice. And something Warren's mentioned before that he would like to stay in is a windmill, and they actually had those on that site as well. Anything from, kind of £130. In fact, I think the yurts might have been from about £50 a night. You can find yurts anywhere online. Up to, why not, if you really want to, why not stay on a yacht, a nice room in a yacht for £350 a night if you really want to go to town and spend some money. This site even had a double-decker bus. Why not stay on a double-decker bus? You never know. So obviously, if you're buying something like that for a man, then you know a little bit about them, you know what they're like, so you'll know what kind of hotel they would like. But I just thought this Quirky Accommodation site was really interesting. And again, look out for voucher deals, things like that. I know there's other sites like Voucher, but I can't think offhand what they're called, and you may be able to get a little bit cheaper. The next thing he had on his list was theatre tickets. Now again, this is something we've been bought in the past by Simon and Nicola. They bought us theatre tickets, and we absolutely love the theatre. We mainly go and see musicals, I have to say. But don't worry if the man isn't interested in musicals. There's lots of different things you can see at the theatre. And on first thought, they might think, oh no, I don't like the theatre, I don't like that kind of thing. But there's lots of different things you could go and see. I was just looking at the Theatre Royal beside where we are. There's things like ballet and opera, if you're into that kind of thing. There's like Agatha Christie plays. You even get stand-up comedians. I think there's even a Strictly show coming to the Theatre Royal later this year. And there was even an evening with a forensic pathologist. So it's not just musicals and plays. There's any amount of different things. It's definitely worth having a look at your local theatre and seeing the kind of things they do, because there may just be something on there that the man in your life would like to go and see. And the last thing on the list was aftershave. Yeah, I know that's pretty boring. Warren wears the same aftershave. He's worn it for years, and it's called Million. So he wanted another bottle of that. If you didn't just want to buy him the same old bottle of aftershave he always wears, there is another option, and I found this again online. You could get him a scent subscription box. So it's called Secret Scent Box, and it's £15 a month, or you could buy him a 6-month subscription for £84, and you get, each month you would get a 30-day supply, so that would be 3 times 3 mils of 3 different designer fragrances. So it's a good way, if he does just wear the same old aftershave every time, then this is a good way to find other aftershaves that he might like. And it's something for him to get on a monthly basis. I thought that was quite a nice idea. I'm actually tempted to get that to get that for Warren myself. I thought that was quite interesting, because he does just wear the same one all the time. So that was the last thing on his list. So some of the things I was quite surprised at, like the Car Valley voucher, that is something I would never have thought of. And I think particularly with Warren, he doesn't like sport. So it's really difficult. He's not into clothes, so it's not really something that I would buy him. So it was a bit difficult. And I think all of these things that you see on, if you Google, gifts for men, then it comes up with some weird stuff, little gadgets and things that I think they might use once and, never use it again. So to ask him what he wanted, to me, made a lot more sense. He likes me to do that, so I thought, why not do the same? So those are 10 things, 10 ideas for gifts for men. Again, Warren is over 50, he's 55. So it's gifts for men who are 55, but they could be any age. You know what I mean. So I hope you found that interesting. If you thought of anything, different to buy the man in your life for Christmas, and I haven't mentioned it, just let us know in the comments. I'd be really interested for some more suggestions, particularly for younger men. So like my son's 32, so is he 32 or 33? He might be 33 actually. So if you can think of anything for men that age, I would be happy to hear those suggestions as well. So that's all I have for you today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. So bye for now.